everybody, and welcome back to DRG. Today, we are going to be seeing if you can beat escort duty with only automated targeting systems. So that means, technically Loki is in based on this, but I'm just going to not be using any weapons. My primary weapon and my secondary weapon are off limits. My turrets, however, are on limits, and my proxy nades are also for grabs. So is a Steve, if I so wish, and also Thorns exists. So, that's the challenge. Note, this challenge is not meant to be difficult. This challenge is meant to show off things that MCR has changed and has done in the escort duty mission, so, you know, everybody is on the same footing. We also have MCR Bosco, because I want to show off MCR Bosco a little bit more, and we are going to be going for a 2-stop escort duty. What a fantastic time. So, before we actually get into the escort duty mission, I'm going to show off some of the tools that I have to work with. As we all know, or, you know, as I know, MCR is a mod for DRG. If you want to check it out, you can take a look at the link down in the description below. It's always there. Most of the time that I do a video, it's going to be in MCR. This one just happens to be in MCR testing, since that has all the new stuff that I will be playing with. So, Bosco, it's kind of a bit dark in here, don't you agree? Let's get a swarm real quick. That will be kind of a dick move. So anyway, if you place a ping down and then start pressing the reload button, you'll start being like, request a platform, request flare gun, request drilling. And request zipline doesn't actually do anything with Bosco, but the other three do something with Bosco. So Bosco, it's kind of dark in here. If I request a rocket from Bosco, he will shoot a scout flare for me. And if I decide that I want a platform, he also will shoot a platform. I think these platforms are slightly bigger than normal NG plats, but who cares? And then the big one that I am looking forward to seeing, if I ping somewhere and then request a drill, what happens? It just starts drilling a dwarf-sized hole somewhere. Oh my god, how far does this go? It goes decently far. Of course, all of these things take a rocket from Bosco. Now, Bosco, upgraded MCR Bosco, has a little bit of differences as well. He has one more revive and one more rocket base. I think he also reloads rockets quicker. I'm not too sure about that. But another thing that if I can get him, yeah, he also has a beefier firing animation and also does disintegrate damage. I think he also does slightly more damage. We're on Hazard 2, so it really doesn't matter. So, the other thing that I have to be working with, other than Bosco, is a cool system called the resupply, or not the resupply pods, it's called the support pods is what it's called. And there is 3 of them currently. There is the auto sentry, there's the floodlight, and then there's the anti-tank sentry, and then there's one more, but that is ammo for both those sentries. So if we drop down an auto sentry, note, this takes gold, not nitra today. It will come down, and you can see it has like a little minigun symbol on it, and that's kind of spoiling what it is. But it will come down, and it will start absolutely murdering things that are around, if there is any bugs around. So it is basically a souped-up minigun that has, what, 3,000 shots? 3,000 shots. I don't know if that's actually 3,000 shots, or if it's minigun 3,000 shots. If you don't know, minigun has its rate of fire and its ammo for its true ammo and rate of fire. But anyway. So this thing will spit out leaden death towards bugs, and it will overheat. You can see that little thing on the back of it as Bosco gets completely in the way. This little thing on the back of it indicates its overheat meter, and whenever it hits fully red, this thing will overheat and you'll need to repair it. Now, it'll also do a nice fire damage around it, but that really doesn't matter. I mean, it does. It absolutely does. And the other one, which we won't be seeing right now, is the anti-tank sentry that only targets Praetorians and above, as far as I can tell. This is the one that I have the least experience with. And then, of course, we can call down a floodlight and also show off the food for sentries as well. And as you saw, that's not what I mean, that's a supply drop. As you heard, these things are fully voice acted because this used to be a thing in DRG, or was a planned thing in DRG, and then got scrapped at some point. But here's the food for the sentries. You get 4 of them per 40 nitra, and you can just simply place it in once it used some of its ammo. I don't know. I think it reloads fully when you shove it in. But anyway, that is what I have to work with, is upgraded Bosco and some auto sentries. And I'm just going to be showing off all of those. So, I'll meet you down in the actual escort duty mission. Alright, so we are down in a gold rush escort duty with parasites. Parasites will eat up most of our turret ammo from me and the auto sentries, but that's completely fine. I will accept the loss for Gold Rush, because Gold Rush will allow us to get a lot of auto sentry action, or at least what I hope to be auto sentry action. We have the secondary of Mine Dystrom, which usually only shows up on on-site refinery and point extract missions for some bizarre reason. Bosco, can you just, like, mine that? Bosco does get a driller-sized hole-digging ability, which is fantastic for what I want him to do. And I do have some lots of gold action going off, so if we do see a little bit of gold, we can absolutely pop off King. So, something that I did intentionally forget to mention in the little pre-game or pre-mission thing is we are running proxy nades. And proxy nades did get changed in MCR. Proxy nades, you now can see that I am carrying 8 of the little bastards, and they got changed for better or for worse. I haven't played with proxy nades much, but I can tell you how they got changed. And let me go quickly click on it and tell you all of it. So, they removed the damage fall off, as it doesn't work well with it. Completely fair. That's 100% I'm okay with. Removed the fear, and added a stun that lasts 6 seconds to entrap enemies in the blast. No longer detonates on a single enemy. It now wants 3 or more smaller enemies. Does not triggers on swarmers, but they do count for the 3 limit. And then detonates when a large enemy is in range, such as a Praetorian, and now applies a short-lived slowing effect when enemies are first entering the range. Now deals half damage, which is 55 damage instead of 110. I believe they did 110. That's off the top of the dome piece. I don't actually know. Now does half damage for exchanges twice as many grenades, 8, and you can create a minefield of stunning explosions. And then it tries not to detonate with more than once per group with 3 enemies caught in the blast. So it delays the explosion a little bit. It doesn't constantly explode like the other one does. So the main takeaway here is the consistency of it exploding on a singular grunt, a singular exploder, or something like that is now no longer a problem. Now the problem is a singular grunt and a singular slasher is going to be coming up from behind and biting you when you knew that there was a proxinate in that direction. I don't think there's a winning with this one, but it's definitely a lot of changes to the proxinate, and I have yet to play with the proxinate, so I don't really know how to talk about it or feel about it. It seems like a fairly fantastic change, which we can actually test out here since we don't have any of my turrets set up, but I will set it up right there and see if that's going to absolutely cook the bugs alive. And it seems like it is absolutely cooking the bugs alive, considering one proxinade just took out an entire Hazard 5+, well, not an entire Hazard 5+ swarm, but, you know, a Hazard 5 swarm almost. Now, Bosco is cleaning up the rest of them quite handily. Yeah, that was a very good proxnade. So, I have the compass up whenever I usually don't have the compass up, just to show off Bosco's drilling ability. So let's... I need Bosco over here, actually. I need Bosco a little bit. A little bit. Okay, you know what? Just do that. So if we press R and then right-click, he'll shoot a turret for a thing. And we can follow down here. I don't think this will lead to the actual cave, but it might lead close. Yeah, it doesn't lead to the actual cave, so we need Bosco. Come here, Bosco. I need you to... a little bit further down, Bosco. You could also do that. Bosco, can you dig that way, please? You know what? Good enough, I suppose. Good enough. Some very claustrophobic tunnels. Alright, so we are done with all of that. I need to check if I'm actually recording. I am. So we are done with all of that. And you might see the fact that Dottie has a wonderful, wonderful cage on her. And also some engineer turrets on her. Well... that is because you can set your actual engineer turrets on her, and they will follow her. This is a wonderful change that I wish was in base DRG. This right here is the best change of them all. Just having that little grate, you can't place them on the sides, but it is only allowed on that little grate there, and they do absolutely follow. Now, Dottie also comes with 2 additional turrets. They have 200 ammo each, and engineers can reload them if they so choose, which is completely a fine change. I'm going to place that right there. I have no idea what the hell just spawned there. I don't like being around there. Let's just say that straight up. I don't like being anywhere near that. So, let's give a little bit of a history lesson. Back when Update 32, which was the update that Dottie came out in, first came out, you could place your turrets on Dottie. They wouldn't follow Dottie, but you could place your turrets on Dottie, which made the Omeron Heartstone a lot better of a thing. I need to not get grabbed there and toss that right there. So, that is... horrifying. I don't want to be anywhere near that shit. Now, can you imagine a stalker? Can you actually imagine a stalker, dude? Stalker would be horrid to deal with. Which, you know, I might have to be dealing with a stalker, but who freaking knows about that one? Does that turret not have a burst? Is it just auto-fire 100% of the time? Okay, I didn't realize your game turret, but alright. So, I think it was one of the first engine changes right after Season 6, or was it Season 6? It might have been an Update 35, which might have been Season 1. There was an engine update, which made it so that you can no longer stack turrets, you can no longer place turrets on Dottie, and it was a sad time all around. Of course, you know, it's still a fine game, but... I want my damn turret totem poles back, please. God, I remember thinking Gemini was a meme way back whenever I was playing DRG and was a little green beard that didn't really know what I was doing. And, you know, maybe back then Gemini was just bad. I don't entirely remember what the changes were. I know Gemini got a buff in Update 34, is what it was, which is, you know, a very long time ago. Got extra ammo put onto it, and I think I got a damage upgrade at the very minimum. I do not know the exact numbers, however. So, what I would do is I would play with Gemini, thinking it's terrible, and stack them, because, you know, that's the... I'm having fun, dude. And I would always think that single turret was better. Of course, nowadays, that is absolutely laughable. Single turret is... What is that? Well, I'm definitely... I can absolutely... that grab that gold. Come on. Is this a two-stop? Two-stop? No, this is a one-stop. I have failed in my goal of doing a two-stop. Oh well, I got kind of tired of waiting for a gold rush or a... It just... I don't actually care. I got tired of waiting for a gold rush / a golden bugs to show up on a two-stop, so I just said whatever, I'll just take any of these. Can I please help you? That is a acid spitter out for my own blood. Alright, well that's a little bit rude. There's also a oppressor, which the oppressor is getting absolutely blasted by Bosco and the turrets, dude. Holy hell. And I was going to use that oppressor to show off something cool about Bosco as well, because not only did Bosco get upgraded in the gun scent, where he does disintegrate damage and an AoE, has armor penetration, because it helps him deal with, you know, all sorts of different things, and his rockets got better. I guess I can just show off his rocket. His cryo rocket now does 200 cryo damage, which is, I think, not enough to freeze a Prospectorian, but it also leaves a sticky ice trail that makes it so that bugs cannot unfreeze for a little bit of time, which is fantastic of a change. I think Armor Break also got changed, and Fear Frequency might have gotten changed. I don't know. I don't play with those overclocks, or those rockets, but they might have been changed. Who knows? Dude, I won out. I threw 2 of those thinking it'll deal with the entire bug swarm. And I think I am correct, but I definitely want a... Give me the guard. Yeah, give me you. You're automated, dude. I am losing so much HP to these. As you can see, the delay between the explosions is absolutely extreme, dude. Which does nerf the mines significantly, which means I don't really have a problem with some of the changes. I'm still questioning on the less than 1 bug, or, you know, the 3 bugs to an explosion. Because I played it on a salvage operation and I kept getting bit, but maybe that's because the bugs were walking, like, spreading out and whatever, who knows. Because it seems to be completely fine right now. Alright, let's head off into the next section of the mission. I am honestly looking forward to seeing all the chaos 1,000 gold can buy me on the Heartstone mission, or on the Heartstone end of the thing, because I can buy anti-tank turrets, I can buy normal turrets. I think the best thing that I'm going to do is call down a bunch of floodlights, just so we can all see, and... Should I place this here? Or is that enough for normal, everyday bugs? I think that should be normal for... Hey, Bosco, can you get rid of this guy real quick? I know that you do have base armor breaking, so you should peel him quite nicely. And you also have penetrative, you have blow-through rounds or whatever the hell. Alright, well, let's place 2 things there and throw a mine right there. That is horrifying. I don't want to... I haven't yet shot a bug or power attacked a bug, at least in my knowledge. So we are doing fantastically well with the challenge here. Can we get this? Okay, you know what? Okay, oh, give me somewhere that isn't here. I don't know why I did that one. I guess it's just to make the bugs more likely to walk over that. Yep. And also, as you can see, Bosco is just kind of cleaning up the swarms without my input. Bosco is absolutely goated for everything in this hazard. And also take care of... Bosco, can you take care of the Stingtail, actually? The Stingtail might actually freeze to the cold radiance, or not the cold radiance, the sticky ice. That's a lot of bugs. Oh, Lord, dude. Well, we're fine. We don't have to worry about anything. There's also another bug swarm coming in for me, which is horrifying, but hopefully the Proxnade we'll deal with it shortly. Bosco, how are you dealing with that Spitballer? The Spitballer is fucking dead, is how it is. Alright, so this is the setup. The perfect thing that I thought to make it exist is 3 floodlights, 2 auto sentries, and 1 anti-tank sentry, since we probably won't be needing it all too often, and the gun food is over here. I should probably... Jesus Christ, that thing just murdered that thing. Should probably also call a full-on resupply for myself, but kind of forgot to do that, so I'm gonna do that real quick. Alright, and let's get this show on the road before any more swarms pop up. So this should be fairly easy. I think I'm just gonna sit on top of Doretta and let the bugs deal with themselves. I also should toss both of these over there. One of them's already there, and another one is going over there. So, yeah, MCR so far has been a fantastic thing that I have been enjoying wholeheartedly. Like, pretty much 100% of the time that I've been playing it. It's really weird. Why are the holes not square-shaped? They are hexagon-shaped, dude. That is kind of awful. Can you kill the septic spreader, please? This is a little bit loud as well. I thought the game crashed. Alright, this is absolutely a little bit loud. I'm gonna turn down the volume here. So yeah, MCR has just been surprising me, MCR testing, let's say, has just been surprising me with how much content is being shoved into 4.0. Some of these changes I wish did have options, like the main one that I think... Oh, we have our first breakdown. How far did it go along? It used about 600... Oh god, I need that thing up right now. Yeah, the rocks are happening. I'm going to be lit on fire. Oh no. I also can't reload my turrets while this thing is happening, but I successfully blocked the things with a Doretta heal. If you all don't know, Doretta, when you hit 100% in any section, is immune to damage for 3 seconds, which is how you block, what is it called? Bulk detonators and all of those. How are you doing? What are you? You're almost overheated, and he is also almost overheated. So, this is the difference between MCR and MCR testing is so massive, and yes, I do want to, an option to change the nades at will, but I understand that the main problem with coding MCR has been adding in all the different changes to, like, oh, you don't want this? Here you go. You don't have to play with this. I need a resupply so I can give my gun some food, dude. This has also been... Can I fucking help you? How did I not take damage? God, as soon as the Stingtail reared its ugly head about, it just absolutely ate shit, dude. The Stingtail absolutely and unequivocally deserved. Alright, let's take this gun food and put it in both of these. And it does heal them up all the way back to full. How about our anti-tank sentry? How's this thing doing? It has 30 shots initially. It has used absolutely 2 of them, and has not... Listen, man. Pots of gold is now actually worth it to, go on a gold rush and have fun. Because you can do stupid stuff like this, where the game essentially plays itself for you. I know a lot of people won't like this, but this is also in the very niche scenario where I got a pots of gold on a gold rush. No, it's not that niche, but in MCR specifically, because of how MCR does mission changes and all that, but, stop nitpicking, it's supposed to be a good game, and it very much is. I play this game for fun. Alright, what is the last thing? Did it not spawn the last thing? I guess it just didn't spawn the last thing. Oh, there it is. It finally decided to do the beamers, which I thought it was, but I just couldn't tell. And Bosco has been a fantastic companion. So some of the changes that Bosco include is, A, his base movement speed is just faster. the second thing that also happens is his threat identification, or his, like, cooldown period. One of these has gone on fire, and I need it to be reloaded real quick. Oh my god. Okay, we'll just toss that there. Toss that there. Toss that there. Toss that there. And toss that there. And maybe we'll be fine. This one is also overheated. This is kind of what I was worried about. But, luckily, the Doretta has plenty of HP. Doretta does not need me to heal her at all. In fact, I need to get this thing. Repairing these things does... Oh my god, I'm about to die. How about you just use dash, and dash literally into the worst position possible, and then have a better think about it and have a prox mine kill you. Yeah, just normal things. Absolutely and unequivocally normal things. Alright. Get a resupply, because you don't really need it. And then repair this guy and take a bunch of damage while you're at it. Okay, we're fine. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, the Bosco, like, the other Bosco changes. Where the hell did that go? The other Bosco changes includes, he has a faster threat identification, or, like, he switches targets faster. He notices targets faster. He moves a bit faster. He has a bigger digging radius. There's a bunch of changes to him, which are very much appreciated. That is a full-on wave. I do not want to deal with that. I want to point out that we haven't seen a single Praetorian, probably because the anti-tank sentry is just so good at its job that I barely notice it doing anything. Actually, it's shot twice during that entire Heartstone section. It is shot exactly 4 times. Oh my god. So as I said, this was just supposed to be a silly fun video, and I think I concluded in the silly haha funness with just what is possible in MCR testing. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys had a good one, because I certainly did. And I hope to see you all again. Of course, you're going to see if a bulk detonator spawns on me and absolutely murders the hell out of me, but, you know, who cares? It's funny. So, as I was trying to show off with Bosco, is Bosco can actually fully freeze an oppressor. Never mind, the oppressor's dead.